Welcome to the show, everybody. Today, we're diving headfirst into some seriously strange territory. We're talking UFOs, man. Not just any UFOs, but the most mind-blowing, unexplained encounters in American history. We're talking about the kind of stuff that keeps you up at night, makes you question everything you thought you knew about the universe. So buckle up, because we're about to explore 12 cases that'll leave you wondering if we're really alone out there. This whole flying saucer thing? Yeah, it all started back in 1947 with a dude named Kenneth Arnold. Picture this. Arnold's flying his plane over Washington state when, boom, he sees 9 unidentified objects zipping around. Not your typical aircraft, these things were moving crazy fast, like saucers skipping across water. And that, my friends, is how the term flying saucer was born. Arnold's story blew up, making headlines across the country. It was like everyone was suddenly looking up at the sky, wondering what the hell was out there. This was the spark, the moment that ignited America's obsession with UFOs. But here's the thing. Arnold wasn't some wide-eyed crackpot. This guy was a respected pilot, a businessman. He saw what he saw, and his story, along with the lack of any logical explanation, sent shockwaves through the nation. It was the beginning of a mystery that continues to this day. Okay, now let's talk Roswell, the granddaddy of all UFO conspiracies. It's 1947 again, just a few weeks after the Arnold sighting. This time, it's the middle of the New Mexico desert. Something crashes. Was it a weather balloon like the government initially claimed, or was it something far more extraordinary? Witnesses on the ground reported seeing strange debris, metallic fragments unlike anything they'd ever seen before. Rumors spread like wildfire about bodies being recovered, hushed-up autopsies, and a massive government cover-up. The Roswell incident quickly became the ultimate UFO mystery, a story that captured imaginations and fueled countless books, documentaries, and late-night debates. The government eventually claimed it was a top-secret surveillance balloon that crashed, part of a program called Project Mogul. But the inconsistencies in their story, the changing narratives, man, it just didn't add up for a lot of people. And that's the thing about Roswell, the mystery lingers. It's this giant question mark hanging over history, a constant reminder that we might not know everything about what's really going on out there. Fast forward to 1951, we're in Lubbock, Texas, and a bunch of folks, including some respected college professors, are seeing some seriously weird lights in the sky. These weren't just your average flashing lights, man. They were moving fast, changing formation, and glowing with an eerie, otherworldly light. People were freaked out. What were these things? Some folks thought they were secret government aircraft. Others, well, they thought it was aliens. The Air Force even got involved, but their explanations didn't really satisfy anyone. They tried to say it was reflections off birds, but come on, man, birds don't move like that. The Lubbock lights remain one of the most well-documented UFO sightings ever, and to this day, nobody knows for sure what those lights were. It's enough to make you wonder if maybe, just maybe, someone or something was checking us out from above. If you think UFOs are just a small-town phenomenon, think again. In 1952, they went straight for the big leagues, Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. Imagine this, blips appearing on radar screens, not just one, but multiple unidentified objects flying over restricted airspace. Pilots were scrambled, visual confirmations came in, and suddenly the whole damn city was on high alert. These weren't your average joyriders, man. These things were buzzing the White House, the Capitol building, the whole shebang. It was a full-blown UFO invasion right over the heart of American power. The government, of course, downplayed the whole thing. They said it was weather inversions, misidentified aircraft, you know, the usual song and dance, but the sheer number of sightings, the radar data, it just didn't add up. Something strange was definitely going on in the skies over D.C., and to this day, the Washington, D.C. UFO incident remains one of the most compelling and unexplained events in UFO history. 1965, a small town in Pennsylvania called Kecksburg. Picture this. A fiery object streaks across the sky, witnesses describing it as acorn-shaped, glowing, with strange markings on its side. It crashes into the woods, shaking the ground for miles around. This wasn't some shooting star, man. This was something else entirely. People rushed to the crash site, hoping to get a glimpse of what fell from the sky. But before they could get close, the military swooped in, cordoned off the area, and hauled away whatever it was they found. Witnesses claimed they saw a large, acorn-shaped object being loaded onto a flatbed truck, covered in tarps, heading towards a secret military base. The official story, just a meteorite. But the witnesses, the recovered debris that seemed anything but ordinary, and the government's aggressive response, it all pointed towards something far more intriguing. Was it a Soviet satellite, a secret experimental aircraft, or something even more extraordinary? The Kecksburg UFO incident remains a mystery, a puzzle with missing pieces that continues to frustrate and fascinate researchers to this day. March 13, 1997, Phoenix, Arizona. Thousands of people, from everyday folks to the governor himself, witnessed something incredible in the night sky. A massive V-shaped formation of lights, silent, moving slowly, like nothing anyone had ever seen before. This wasn't some quick flash in the pan, man. This thing hung in the sky for hours, captivating an entire city. People poured out of their homes, mesmerized by the spectacle. What were these lights? Where did they come from? Some dismissed it as flares, but that explanation didn't hold water for many. These lights were too big, too organized, too silent to be anything conventional. The Phoenix Lights incident became one of the most widely witnessed UFO events in history. It sparked a national conversation, forced the authorities to take notice, and left an entire city wondering if they'd just witnessed something truly extraordinary. 2008, Stephenville, Texas. Multiple witnesses, including seasoned pilots, reported seeing a massive, silent object hovering in the sky. This wasn't just some fleeting glimpse, man. This thing was huge, estimated to be a mile long, and it moved with an agility that defied conventional aircraft. What made this case even more intriguing was the radar data. Both civilian and military radar picked up an object matching the descriptions given by witnesses. It was there on the screens, moving at incredible speeds, making impossible turns. The Stephenville sightings were hard to ignore. The sheer number of credible witnesses, combined with the corroborating radar data, made this case one of the most compelling UFO events in recent history. We're talking 2006 O'Hare International Airport, one of the busiest airports in the world. It's the middle of the day, and a bunch of United Airlines employees, people who know their aircraft, see something bizarre hovering over the airport. It's described as a metallic, disc-shaped object just hanging there in the sky. Now you'd think with all the air traffic control, the radar, someone would have noticed this thing, right? But here's the kicker. The FAA initially denied any knowledge of the incident. It wasn't until witnesses came forward and the story hit the media that they finally admitted something was up. The official explanation? A weather phenomenon. But witnesses weren't buying it, and neither were a lot of people who heard the story. Something unexplained was seen over O'Hare that day. And it's a reminder that these things don't just happen in the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere. 2004, off the coast of California, pilots aboard the USS Nimitz, a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, encounter something truly bizarre. Imagine this, man, a tic-tac-shaped object, white, smooth, with no visible wings or engines, just zipping around like it's nothing. These weren't rookie pilots seeing things. These were seasoned veterans. Guys who had seen it all, and they were stunned by what they were witnessing. The object moved at incredible speeds, changed direction on a dime, and seemed to defy the laws of physics. The Nimitz encounter wasn't just some isolated incident. There was radar data, multiple witnesses, and even video footage captured by one of the jets. This thing was real, and it was doing things that no known aircraft could do. The Pentagon finally acknowledged the incident in 2017, admitting they couldn't explain what the pilots encountered. The Nimitz case became a turning point in the conversation about UFOs, forcing the government to take these encounters seriously and fueling further investigation into the unknown. This one's wild, man. In 2015, the Pentagon declassifies and releases a video taken by a Navy FA-18 Super Hornet. This isn't some grainy, blurry footage. This is clear, high-resolution video of a fast-moving object tracked by the jet's advanced targeting system. The object, which becomes known as Go Fast due to its incredible speed, zips across the screen, making a sudden sharp turn that seems impossible for any known aircraft. It's like something out of a sci-fi movie, but this is real, captured by the US Navy. The Go Fast video sent shockwaves through the internet and beyond. Here was undeniable proof, captured by the military itself, that something truly unexplained was happening in our skies. 2013, Aguadilla Airport, Puerto Rico. A U.S. Customs and Border Protection aircraft picks up an unidentified object on its thermal imaging camera. This wasn't just a blip on a radar screen, man. This was clear, infrared footage of a solid object, moving erratically, and displaying some seriously strange characteristics. The object, which appeared to be disc-shaped, moved at high speeds, hovered silently, and even dipped into the ocean before disappearing from view. It was like something out of a science fiction movie, but there it was, captured on camera by a government agency. The Aguadilla Airport incident, with its clear thermal imaging footage, added to the growing body of evidence suggesting that something truly unexplained is happening in our skies. Let's circle back to the Tic Tac UFO because this one deserves a closer look. What happened off the coast of California in 2004 during the Nimitz encounter is arguably the most credible and well-documented UFO sighting in history. Imagine yourself in the cockpit of a fighter jet. You're cruising along blue skies above when suddenly your radar picks up something moving at an impossible speed. You look out the window, and there it is. A tic-tac shaped object. White, smooth, no wings, no tail, no visible means of propulsion. This thing is moving erratically, changing direction on a dime, accelerating and decelerating in ways that defy the laws of physics. You try to lock onto it with your targeting system, but it's like it knows what you're doing, effortlessly outmaneuvering your every move. The Nimitz encounter, with its multiple witnesses, radar data, and even video footage, is a game-changer. It's forced the government to acknowledge the reality of these unexplained aerial phenomena and ignited a new wave of research and investigation. What were those pilots chasing? What did they encounter that day? The answers remain elusive, but one thing's for sure. The Tic Tac UFO incident will continue to fuel our fascination with the unknown for years to come. So there you have it, folks. 12 mind-blowing UFO encounters that have left experts scratching their heads for decades. Are we alone in the universe? Is there something else out there, watching us, studying us, maybe even visiting us from time to time? These are the questions that keep us up at night, the mysteries that fuel our imaginations. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through America's most baffling UFO sightings, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more intriguing content. See you next time.